The Resident Evil franchise has left a unique signature for itself within the survivor horror games, becoming so popular that it inspired live-action adaptations as well as animated films and series. And the animated movies so far have delivered thrilling narratives, entwined with the iconic characters and terrifying creatures that have captivated gamers for decades. Resident Evil Death Island, the latest installment in this cinematic saga, takes us on a journey to the infamous Alcatraz Island, where a new bioterror threat looms, demanding the combined might of Resident Evil's most formidable heroes. While the film isn't without its flaws, it delivers a visually stunning spectacle, brimming with adrenaline-pumping action sequences that showcase the impressive animation and CGI, and maintaining the good standards set by previous animated installments. The detailed character models and fluid movements bring the action sequences to life, showcasing the protagonist's combat prowess against the menacing creatures. One of the most compelling aspects of this film is the opportunity to witness the return of our beloved characters from across the video game series: Chris and Claire Redfield, Leon S. Kennedy, Rebecca Chambers, and of course, Jill Valentine. Each bearing the scars of their past battles, reunite to confront a new enemy that threatens the global populace. The camaraderie and chemistry between these characters are palpable, adding an emotional depth to their dynamics that resonates with the fans of the franchise. Another notable and unique aspect of this flick is the debut of Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil animated film universe. Her presence is a very welcome addition in a story that's hugely focused on her past trauma following the events of RE5, allowing fans to witness her unwavering determination and commitment to justice. The film also marks the first time Jill and Leon share the same screen together, creating a moment of fan service that I'm sure we all enjoyed watching.
Leon?
Well, what do you know? Jill Valentine. How's it going? You got a gun?
Nope. Lost it.
Here.
Thanks.
I also like that the model used for Jill here is similar to the original face model from RE1 Remastered, as well as RE5, because I didn't really like how different her latest model in RE3 Remake was. But anyway, despite the excitement surrounding the reunion of these iconic figures, the story of Resident Evil Death Island honestly falters in its lack of originality. First of all, the narrative unfolds within the confines of Alcatraz Island, a setting that has been overutilized in countless films and television shows. And the story here also fails to capitalize on the island's unique setting, offering a plot that feels somewhat weak. While the film delivers the action and gore fans expect from the franchise, its narrative also stumbles in a few areas, with some illogical inconsistencies. For example, regarding the zombie transformation process. In the beginning, Rebecca tells Chris, Claire, and Jill that the infected turned after they had visited the island. Yet on the island itself, we witness characters transforming instantly after being infected. Creating more confusion as well is the scene involving an influencer and his photographer, as we see the video aimed at the influencer first. Then the camera pans away to Chris killing a zombie, but when it pans back, the influencer's face has already decomposed dramatically, with blood gushing out, showing immediate transformation. This rapid change contradicts the later scenes, where Chris, Claire, and Leon show no immediate signs of turning, despite being infected, allowing Rebecca more than enough time to arrive with a vaccine. These inconsistencies together create a frustrating lack of coherence within the narrative, and they kind of threw me off from following the plot or taking it seriously. On the other hand, the film's villain, Dylan, serves as the primary antagonist, driven by a desire for revenge against his superiors who betrayed him and his comrades. However, his motivations also lack depth and fail to make him relatable. His actions, driven by a sense of injustice, seem disproportionate to the scale of his retribution, leaving you questioning his rationale. The idea of punishing the world because of the betrayal of your superiors isn't a convincing reason, and makes him more of a generic villain with nonsensical quest for revenge. Furthermore, the film's narrative overall doesn't adequately justify the assembly of such a vast ensemble of characters. While the interactions between the heroes are undoubtedly entertaining, the threat posed by Dylan doesn't really warrant the presence of every known character from the games. I felt that the story could have been effectively conveyed with a smaller number of characters, perhaps centered around Jill Valentine and one other prominent character. I would suggest that a better scenario, which should bring all the characters together, would be to take them back to where it all started, and to their ultimate enemy, the higher-ups of Umbrella Corporation, who kept working from behind the shadows after the company was dismantled, where our protagonists would take the fight in full force to those higher-ups and attempt to destroy them and their plans once and for all, since they were the main reason for the whole virus creation and outbreak in the first place, and the consequences that followed. But despite the shortcomings of the narrative, the film excels in showcasing the dynamics and relationship between its characters. The bond between Chris, Claire, Leon, Rebecca, and Jill is evident, and they operate with a sense of trust and unwavering support for one another. These interactions make them more relatable and engaging, and definitely made the film worth the watch. In conclusion, Resident Evil Death Island is an enjoyable, action-packed film that delivers a satisfying dose of fan service and visual spectacle. While the narrative lacks originality and the villain fails to captivate, the film's strengths lie in its impressive animation, the inclusion of all the iconic figures from the Resident Evil universe, and the camaraderie between them. And I would say it's a good film to watch, albeit mediocre compared to its predecessors. So for my final score, I'm giving it 5.5 out of 10. In the end, let me know, what did y'all think about this one, and how much would you rate it for yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I would very much like to read what you have to say about it. And until I see y'all in the next video, thank you very much for watching, have a splendid day, and peace out.